Hey guys, what's up? This is Hex, and in today's video, it's going to be a special day, which is the return to Fallout 4. Now, I'm sure some of you are like going, "Well, wait a minute, why, why now? That game's been out for like quite a long time. You've did tutorials on it. Why return to it?" Well, as this pains me to admit this, but I've never actually beat Fallout 4. It's true. And there's a couple reasons for this, and one is that when I play like an open world game like this, I want to explore. And, I know there's a few people that don't like to do that, but I do. If there's a big open world, I want to look at every, nook and cranny of it. I want to go to places I've never been to before. I want to see if I can uncover some, Easter eggs or what have you. And just kind of do side missions that kind of keep me from the main story, but I like doing that sort of thing. And secondly, off I'm sure a lot of you are guilty of this, is like you'll be maybe playing the game and you get maybe halfway through, or maybe you're close to beating it, and then a new game that you've been waiting for forever pops up, or maybe there's something that you've been looking forward to for a long time, comes about, and you're excited to get it, so you go out and get it, and that game that you get takes over what you've been playing, and of course, you wind up going, well, I'll get back to it eventually. Well, eventually is kind of vague, because you might be thinking, well, it could. Oh, I'll get to it. Like I'll finish it up like next week or whatever. Well, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. But I haven't really touched this game. I think since last year. I think it was July, I believe. And I kind of toyed with the idea of going back and maybe doing maybe more you know videos on how to do certain quests or how tos, and I just kind of like after a while I was like, I just wanted to move on and do other stuff. But despite the fact that to this day my Fallout 4 videos still do really good, uh, a lot better than any of the videos that I currently have. I mean, if you go back and take a look at the VATS videos, or fixing up the castle, stuff like that, they still do. I still get views for them. I still get comments for them. Which I really wish the videos I do now would do that, because my videos right now are just like view wise they're they suck. Let's be honest, they suck. And it would have been very easy for me to just sit there and continue just to have this as a Fallout 4 themed channel, but I really didn't want to do that. I didn't really want to get kind of stuck into doing that. I wanted as much variety as I can, and I suppose that has kind of cost me in the long run, but I don't care. I really like variety as opposed to just the same old thing over and over and over again. Uh, but fast forward I think it's probably was this past week, I had been having this urge to really go back and play Fallout 4 and just exploring, because sometimes I'll do that where I've did that before with like Silent Hill and Fail Frame, where I want to go back and re-immerse myself in those worlds. It's kind of like in a sense like comfort food, where you, or like more appropriately, like if you want to like going back and reading your favorite novel and just revisiting that world. That's what I wanted to do, and I never really had got the opportunity to do that until yesterday. And when I went back into it, I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to delete all my saves, which is sad because that was a lot of work. Especially the stuff that I put rebuilding communities and such. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of redo my character. Make a keep the same character, but kind of retweak her here and there, um, and make her a little bit better. I felt. and just basically just redo the whole thing, as far as like what I built, previously and so on. And I did do that, and it's funny because once I got back to um, Sanctuary Hills, and of course talked to my robot. After that, I was like, because he suggested, hey, go to Concord, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that yet. Because I didn't really feel like going there and you know doing all just continuing the main mission, because what I wanted to do first was to kind of go ahead and just kind of reestablish my base. And I spent quite a bit of time on there. I tore down some houses, uh, you know, tore down various things, so I could get the materials for them, and just started building. And by the time I was, you know, done, uh, well, done, I guess being, I don't know if that's the right word because I'm still continually building, but making my house. Let me put it that way. Um, then I was ready to go to Concord uh, and do and just continue the main storyline, and just kind of explore a bit. And I think currently right now, of course, obviously, from the footage, you've seen, I've obviously did quite a bit. But currently, as it stands right now, I've got my house set up. I've got the generator set up. I got lights going on. It looks pretty sweet. I still need to put furniture. I don't know. I may do a separate video showing what I've got so far. It's nothing really uh, extravagant like you see other people do, because there's quite a few people that, do these really grand, buildings and stuff, and I'm not really so much about that. I'm more about functionality, I think, more than, how it looks, I think. And then I built a um, a two-story building for the settlers, because I didn't really want to build, try to re-inhabit those houses, because it's just such a pain in the butt. Largely due in part by because before I had this big wall that was going around all the houses, and I was like, man, I really don't feel like just uh, protecting all that area. That's a large area to protect, and so what I was planning on doing was just building a house for settlements, making sure the beds were there, and I'm gonna have to put some more furniture in there, electricity in there, of course, just kind of spruce it to make it look like it's lived in. I don't know. I may do a little touches here and there as far as like appearance wise, but nothing too extravagant. And then try to wall it up, but it's not going to be nowhere near the parameter that I had before. There's no way, I'm just not going to go invest the time into doing all that again. That was just just too much building, and just too much trying to get every house fixed up. I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling lazy. I don't know. I just don't really feel like doing that again. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys for today. As far as like my next video goes, I don't really know what I'm going to do on it. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. Do you want to see like another Fallout 4 video to see maybe see progress on what I'm doing on Sanctuary Hills, or maybe a different game altogether, possibly a gameplay, which my gameplays are generally weak on views, so I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys, or I could do a pickups video. I've gotten quite a few games here recently, but again, those views have been kind of like on that. So, um, but I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys, and if I don't hear anything in about a week, I'm just gonna come up with something myself. But anyway, that's all for today, guys, and I guess I'll talk to you guys real soon. Take care.